So I got the mating surfaces clean. I'm going to put a little of this Permatex Indian head gasket sealer, which this stuff gets everywhere. I'm going to put a little bit of it on there because I know it spreads like crazy. I don't want to get too much in there so it squeezes into my bearing area, but I'll get enough on there. There's a little hole right here. I believe it's for the oil to drain back down into the differential. You want to make sure that you can line up your gasket so the oil can get back in there. And also on the torque tube, there's a little slot in the torque tube, and that slot has to line up with that hole to allow the oil to go back into the angel. Alright. Slide my gasket in there. Line it up. And the gasket has holes for that oil drain hole. Okay. Cleaned up all my bolts on my wire wheel. Alright, got her all safety wired up. And it's ready to install and check to make sure my measurements were right on the length of the drive shaft. I hope they were. Well, the rear end fits. Yay. It's installed. Bounced on the back a little bit. Check the suspension, travel, all that stuff looks good. Drive line's not hitting my cross member or anything. It's good up here at the little clamshell area where the transmission is. So I think it's good. Alright, I got the bearing here lubed up. I'm going to try to slide it into the sleeve I put in there. Not going in easy, maybe a couple taps will get it going. Okay, there it is. Okay, next is this little thing, kind of washer, spacer I guess. And then the speedometer drive. Actually, let me go lube that up. Okay, I'm putting grease on these. I think the tranny oil actually lubricates these, but I went ahead and packed the bearings and greased the thing anyway. I don't think the grease is going to hurt. The oil will still get in there. Alright, so got the washer in, and then the speedometer drive is only grooved on the top side, so I think it has to go in the top way here. that looks right. That looks right, so when I bolt on the, dang it, my hands are greasy. When I bolt on the speedo drive, those gears will match up there. And there's a little groove right there that this snap ring is going to go on. Okay, snap ring. My little homemade tool here out of a galvanized pipe is really coming in handy. Boom, snapped on, checked out, it's good, it's in there. All right. Again, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of this Permatex Indian head gasket sealer on there because oil is in there. I also put a little bit on the speedometer housing to hold the gasket. Spread it around really thin. Couple of the screws and lock washers on there, tighten them down, and that should be good till I'm ready to prep it for paint.